And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to the season finale of Season 8 of the NNSCRA Oreo Truck Series. 6 competitors still come in mathematically eligible for this season's championship, and they will battle it out here tonight at Armory Digital Super Speedway in a 20-lap event. We're going to concentrate our entire race on seeing where those 6 drivers are during the course of tonight's event, but we're also going to be watching what's going to be probably a good battle for the win here tonight, based off of what we saw in the Last of Us Light series season finale last night. Here in tonight's race, though, it's going to be 6 different drivers. 2 of them are rookies, the other 3 are veterans, but here's the interesting thing. None of the top 6, these top 6 drivers, have been a champion in Oreo Truck Series competition. John Cittadino and Charles Jackson have been former Snickers Cup Series champions. Sean Galligan, a former Mullen Cup Series champion, but none of the 6 have been able to capture the Truck Series championship. We are guaranteed a brand new Truck Series champion here in Season 8. The guy that's going to be the one to watch tonight is going to be the rookie Eric Enrage, who comes into this race with a 22-point advantage over his fellow competitors. Enrage is going to be trying to capture his very first Truck Series championship in his rookie season. We're going to keep an eye on that 14 during the course of this evening. Second in points, as I mentioned, 22 points out, is Chris Washer. This is the closest he has ever been to being in the hunt for an NNSCRA championship. Tonight we're going to keep an eye on that car, the number 5 Chevy Silverado out of Hendrick Motorsports. Sean Galligan, as I mentioned, a former Mobile Cup Series champion. The Truck Series, though, seems to be the strongest series for him ever since he started his NNSCRA career. He comes in 3rd in points. He has a total of 28 points out of the top position. We'll see if Sean Galligan can pull off a shot clock cheese here tonight at Armory. John Cittadino, in his rookie season in Snickers Cup, captured his very first Snickers Cup Series championship. He comes in here tonight a total of 29 points out of the top position. We'll see if John Cittadino can capture his second NNSCRA championship and first of the Truck Series. Charles Jackson, it's been quite a season for him. He was up there atop the point standings for a majority of the season, battling up inside the top 5 in points just about ever since the start of the season at Daytona. He comes into today's race a total of 34 points out of the top position. Charles Jackson, a former Snickers Cup Series champion, will try and capture his very first Truck Series championship. And the last driver still eligible for the championship, even though he is 43 points out, is Caleb Farrell. Now here's the interesting thing for Farrell. He needs Enrage to finish dead last, Washer to finish 41st, Galligan to finish 40th, Cittadino to finish 39th, Jackson to finish in 38th, and Caleb Farrell must finish inside the top 5, with all those other drivers finishing way down from dead last up to, I believe I just said, 38th, in order to take the championship. It is not impossible, but very unlikely, but we'll see if Caleb Farrell can pull off the ultimate upset here tonight at Armory, as he is the other rookie that is in the hunt for this championship. It's going to be an interesting battle here tonight. It'll also be interesting to see how it's going to play out as far as giving us a little bit of an insight into what we can expect to see as far as racing in the Mobile and Snickers Cup Series events coming up in the next 2 evenings, with championships on the line in those 2 events as well. Dylan Poteet, the defending Oreo Truck Series champion, will not be able to defend his title. He comes into this race mathematically eliminated from championship competition. 2-time winner this season, starts on the pole position as he'll look for his 3rd win of the season here, trying to end off Season 8 on a high note. Alongside of him, a driver who we will no longer see in Oreo Truck Series competition, the Season 2 Truck Series champion Jake Rogers, who ended up going to victory lane a couple of weeks ago back at Texas, would love to be able to finish off his final Truck Series season here with his 2nd win of Season 8. It's going to be an interesting one here. We got 30 seconds left until the command to fire the engines. Yes, we're doing this race live, which means you'll actually be able to hear the command to fire the engines up. We never get to hear that because I do the replays rather than live action. But since there's a championship on the line, in order to show that this championship battle is completely on the level this entire weekend, we are doing the races live. So let's go down trackside for the command to fire them up here tonight in the finale.
Drivers, start your engines!
And as the command has been given, we will be showing you on the top of your screen your final Oreo Truck Series starting lineup for the season. As you'll see, the drivers that are still in the hunt for the championship, they are highlighted in red. The drivers that are chase drivers that are no longer mathematically eligible are still highlighted in yellow. So those 6 drivers that are highlighted in red, they're the ones we're going to keep tabs on during the course of this evening's race. The highest starting of those chasers is the guy who comes in second in the points, Chris Washer, starting off from the 6th position. It'll be interesting to see here tonight if track position is going to be a key factor into this race. One thing I can guarantee you will not be a factor in this race are pit stops. I have turned off pit stops. We're going to let these guys race it out in a 20-lap shootout. We're not going to throw pit strategy into the mix here. We're going to just see who comes out with the better truck. Just letting you guys know, Oreo Truck Series will be back for Season 9 under the management of Anthony McCurry, so be keeping close watch here on the NNSCRA Sports Channel. The signups will be happening fairly soon. There is going to be a bit of a vacation taken between the Season 8 and Season 9, so just be aware of that as well. There'll still be some content that will come out here on this channel, including NNSCRA Gaming Week, which will be happening the week after Christmas. Lots of great multiplayer gaming videos coming out there. But we're ready to go racing here at Armory Digital Super Speedway. We saw Steven Gonzalez take the checkered flag yesterday in the Last of Us Late Series season finale. That's the only series where we knew at the outcome who the champion was going to be. We have no clue who it's going to be here in the Oreo Truck Series, but we can guarantee you it will be a first-time Oreo Truck Series champion. Will it be the rookie Eric Rage? Will it be Chris Washer, Sean Galligan, John Cittadino, Charles Jackson, or the long shot Caleb Farrell? We're about to find out. 20 laps of racing, the season finale of Season 8 of the Oreo Truck Series is green at Armory. Dylan Pote going to get the early advantage as he's going to pull out. Cody Hagan and Matthew Daly going to try and work past Jake Rogers for second and third. And there's PJ Williams. He ended up winning his debut race back at Daytona, restrictor plate track. Think of what it would be for him to be able to go to victory lane. And look at this, wasting no time coming up the inside line. There's the points leader, Eric Rage. Now he started, I think, just outside of the top 10. Here he is, right in the mix, actually side by side with the guy who's battling with the championship points with Chris Washer. They almost leaned on each other there in that corner. Oh, contact! Trouble! One car upside down on its roof. That's Cody Hagan. Jake Rogers was collected as well. There were a couple of other drivers in it also. I didn't see who they were. Caution flag out for the first time here tonight at Armory. That didn't take long at all. And now is the part of the show where everybody's going, who was in it? Who was in it? Because this could have a huge chase and championship implications as to who was caught up in this wreck. We know Hagan's not in the championship hunt. Neither is Rogers. So that's the one thing that we know of that is not going to at all affect this championship hunt. But we got to find out if any of other chasers were involved. And yes, one was. Sean Galligan in the Blue Deuce was involved. He is out of the championship picture now. Bob Jones in it as well, along with Zach Hamlin, Cody Hagan, Joe Davis. There's Jake Rogers' machine. Tanner Sullivan got collected. Alex Pedro, Brandon Craston may have been involved as well. There is Cittadino. He made it through. Caleb Farrell there made it through. And just up ahead of them, not too far ahead, is Jackson. Where is he? Where's Charles? There he is. He's 9th. Washer in 7th. And ahead of him is right now the points leader, Eric Rage, in 3rd. But already one driver eliminated from championship competition in a matter of a lap, that being Sean Galligan in the Penske Dodge Ram. So let's head back, look at a replay of what happened. That was quite a very vicious wreck, especially for Cody Hagan. His car immediately flipped over on its roof. First yellow of the evening here at Armory. Well, in order to see where this triggers, watch behind Cody Hagan. The 4 of Joe Davis going to get into the left rear of Jake Rogers on the high side there. Down into Matthew Dallio and Chris Dollerton, and it sends Dallio back up the track right into the Cody Hagan machine. Hagan's car immediately up onto the driver's side and then up and over on his roof. Now watch as everybody's going to try and slow up and get through this. Jessica Shelton's trying to get down underneath this wrecking, gets into Luke Walker, but they're able to keep it going. It's going to stack up behind them, though. You see the 61 of Zach Hamlin and company Oh, actually, no. It was Cody Hagan coming back down the racetrack up on his roof. Gets into Shelton. And then, oh, Farrell. Does Farrell get involved? Caleb Farrell might get a tiny piece of that. And then watch the Jessica Shelton machine. She slides up the track. Rogers slides down into Talampas and Bob Jones as well as Tanner Sullivan. But I'm not rightly sure how Galligan gets a piece of it. Where's the 2? There he is. I'm still watching him, seeing if we could see how he gets a piece of it. And I'm almost wondering, watch the 7 of Alex Pedro. Does he hook the 61? No. Galligan had actually gotten through that wreck. But something's going to happen to him. And I'm not really sure what it is. There's the 4 of Joe Davis. We know he was damaged. We know he got involved in the Matthew Dallio, Cody Haga, Jake Rogers incident earlier on. And is Galligan going to come up into the 4? Oh, he did. Oh, man. I think Galligan must have thought he was clear on the 4. Oh, man. Holy cow. There's Zach Camlin getting a piece of it along with Alex Pater and Brandon Krasta. But I think Galligan hit right where the safer barrier starts there. Just saw how his truck just whiplashed around. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the 88 of Cody Hagan may have actually barrel rolled through the grass. I don't know if his car... Yeah. That car was up and on its roof. And as soon as those roof flaps on the top of the roof of that 88 Chevy Silverado hit the grass, they probably dug into the grass area, and that just spurred on the forward momentum of sending that 88 into a barrel roll. Look at that. Boy, wild ride there for Cody Hagan. Scary ride, too. So we had a wreck initially start with Hagan, Rogers, Dollarton, Dallio, Talampas, Joe Davis. But then we end up having the other incident there with Sean Galligan, and that's what caused a lot more damaged race cars. And quite honestly, you know, let's quickly just jump to the helicopter view. Let's see for certain if Galligan did come up. He did, yeah. Joe Davis held his line. Galligan came up, and right there you just see the whiplash effect there when his car caught into that little area that kind of juts out, starting the safer barrier. And there you see Krasta getting the wall, Hamlin, Pedro spinning up ahead there. So Sean Galligan, that's such a tough break for the Blue Deuce, but fact remains it was his fault that incident took place. Cody Hagan got a piece of it, and there Bob Jones ran into somebody as well. His night is also over. So that's what put us under the caution for the first time this evening. Let's head back now for the restart. We're now down to 5 drivers in the running for this season's Oreo Truck Series Championship. We're getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Kyle Matthews is going to come up on the inside line. He fell a lap down. I think he came to pit road to repair his damage on his car. I did see a tiny little bit of rear end damage on the 41, so tough break for him. He'll hope for a quick caution. Maybe he can stay ahead of the leaders, get back on the lead lap. But speaking of that caution, it has claimed a number of drivers into the garage area, including Sean Galligan. He'll finish the evening officially in 36th. Also out are Joe Davis, Zach Camlin, Brandon Krasta, Bob Jones, Jake Rogers, and Cody Hagan. Now, 2 drivers that did not want to have this caution happen and have the end result. One, obviously, Sean Galligan out of the race, but the other one would be the 09 of Caleb Farrell, because a lot of spots that should have been taken up by his other championship competitors in order for him to be back in the running for this championship have now been filled by non-chasers, which means that now the likelihood of Caleb Farrell winning the championship have basically dwindled away, and Caleb Farrell has now, I believe, mathematically been eliminated from the championship because the other drivers ahead of him in Rage, Washer, Citadino, they can finish no worse than the 35th position. They needed to finish 38th on down in order for Farrell to have an opportunity. So 2 drivers within the first 5 laps of this race are eliminated from the championship. So we can safely say now that there are only 4 drivers that are going to be battling it out for the championship now, with a total of 15 to go when we hit the stripe. Poteet is the leader, PJ Williams second. The points leader, Eric and Rage, is now in third. Fourth, Matthew Daly. Then is Nick Smith in fifth. Rest of the top 10. we're going to be Daniel Voiles, Chris Washer, Henry Sanford, Charles Jackson, and Chris Dollerton. So 3 of the drivers in the hunt for the championship restarting in the top 10 for this race. The only other one outside of it, I believe, is starting in 28th, and that was John Cittadino. PJ Williams going to go to work on Dylan Poteet, who's led every lap so far, but maybe not for long, as now Eric and Rage going to come up here into this battle. I'm trying to remember, I believe the only time that we have ever had a champion win the season finale was back in Season 5 when John Cittadino won the season finale at Zenjoltis when he claimed the Snickers Cup Series Championship. Speaking of championship battle is on. Chris Washer has gotten by Eric and Rage, and now he's moved into the 2nd position. Now he has to hope and Rage loses a ton more spots, because Chris Washer has to finish 22 spots ahead of Eric and Rage in order to tie for the points lead, and a total of 23 spots ahead in order to take the points lead. Speaking of lead, though, Washer will go to the point. So Chris Washer gets himself out in front. Eric and Rage has now moved down to the middle line in order to avoid losing more positions. They are 4 wide behind him there. PJ Williams, Zach Buchanan, Nick Smith, and Charles Jackson coming up the inside line there in the 32. Teammates side by side for the lead. Daniel Voiles, our winner from Thornton, and Chris Washer as Jackson is trying to catch up here to the back bumper of Eric and Rage, who now has gotten back to the inside line. Eric and Rage had a good qualifying spot. He's been able to keep him up here at the front this entire race. Right now, 3 of our 4 championship competitors still mathematically in the hunt are inside of the top 10. Charles Jackson just now starting to kind of almost fall out of the top 10. The other one is John Cittadino. Let's move back, find out where the 20 is. There he is, just at the tail end of this lead pack. Still a long ways to go in this one. It ain't over yet. Cittadino biding his time, waiting possibly for trouble to break out, as they are 4x4 up ahead of him. And now Enrage going to go to the bottom looking for the lead again. But he didn't get any help on that inside line this time. Look at them freight training him. All 3 of the outer lanes got around the 14 on that straightaway. And look at this, he still has no help. Whoa, look out. Mason Wood got to run the high side, and Rage almost down on the apron. Hang on to her, Eric. And now Eric and Rage starts to free fall, and this is not what he needed to have happen. That momentum there got killed of his when he hit that apron. Look at George Roque running way up there on the high side, almost got into the rumble strips. Now Enrage kind of finds himself in a little bit of a cushion. He kind of try to regroup. I just thought I heard some squealing tires. Yeah, 1 car up into the wall. That's Dylan Young in the 84. He's been able to hang on to it. Oh, we got a wreck behind him. 1 car is flipping. That's Trent Dunham in the 1. Alex Pedro may have been collected as well. Caution flag is out. Second caution of the evening. This one involving Dylan Young, former Truck Series champion Trent Dunham, as well as the rookie Alex Pedro. Don't rightly know if anybody else was involved or not. There's the 84. I saw him up and into the wall, coming off of 2. Trent Dunham flipping and barrel rolling in the infield grass down the back straightaway, and apparently Alex Pedro was collected in it as well. But Dylan Poteet was able to fight his way back up to the front. He's the leader once again. And a timely caution, too, I would think, for Eric and Rage. It's going to help him regroup and try and utilize the second half of this race to try and move his way back up to the front of the field. But we're under yellow for the second time here tonight at Armory. Let's jump back and see what happened to Trent Dunham, Dylan Young, and Alex Pedro. Yeah, Dylan Young going to get a little bit of help here, courtesy of rookie Jessica Villanueva. Going to slide up into his left rear. Dylan Young sent down into fellow Toyota Andreas Allen. Look at how close John Cittadino was to getting involved in that. And Andreas, there's the hit from Alex Pedro. Pedro going to come down into Trent Dunham. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Andreas Allen was able to hang on to it, drive away. Dylan Young's car up there on the high side. Oh, it was Pedro's car as well that flipped over. Now, what was it that caused them to flip, though? Was it the fact they hit that area of the track there? Okay, yeah, apparently when they hit the apron, the dramatic change from the banking to the almost flat apron just started their car's barrel rolling. There you see Pedro's car. Didn't really take much effort for that car to flip over. And then Trent Dunham's car is going to do the same thing. Man. And Trent's car going to continue to barrel roll. Pedro's car actually barrel rolled just about once and a half, maybe 2 times. Wow. Kyle Matthews so close to hitting that side on its side number 1. And then, boy, Dunham thinks, okay, it's over. Well, no. He continues to roll side over side as the car continues to barrel roll and flip down the back straightaway. Man. Well, actually, no, that's the front straightaway, I think. But what a tough break for Trent. And that car is, I think, going to come back on all 4 wheels, fortunately. But wild ride there for the Sega Chevrolet. It's been a pretty tough season for Trent. Winless this season, came in 25th in points. Certainly not been anything like his championship run 2 seasons ago, but he's involved here in the second caution of the evening, along with Alex Pedro, Andreas Allen, and Dylan Young. Let's head back now for the restart. We should be getting the signal of 1 to go in just a moment, but we're coming back a little bit earlier than when the scheduled restart is, just to try and figure out now what the scenario is as far as the points, because when we hit the stripe, I believe we're going to have a total of 8 laps remaining in tonight's race, and just in case another caution doesn't come out, we want to kind of get the mathematics out of the way here as far as who needs to be where in order to win this championship. Right now, Eric and Rage is running in the 17th position after we saw that little bit of a free fall he had. At the moment, with him running where he is still in good shape, because if he doesn't fall any further back than the 22nd position, there's really no way Chris Washer, without winning, can take the points lead away. And right now, Chris Washer is currently running in the 12th position, only 5 spots ahead, which means he is still 17 points out of the top position. Charles Jackson is the highest running of the chasers right now. He is currently running up in the 8th position. And right now, with where Enrage is running, that is only 9 spots ahead that Charles Jackson is. And Jackson, that came in tonight's race 34 points out, he's now a total of 23 points out. So right now, 25 points out, I should say. So right now, Charles Jackson is still not in the hunt. And of course, John Citadino is running further back than Eric and Rage, right now in the 22nd position. So at the current moment, if the race would end now, Eric and Rage would be your champion. I have a feeling the only one that really can kind of challenge Eric and Rage for this championship here in the closing stages would be Chris Washer, but he's got to move up to the front and hope Enrage falls outside the top 25. That's really the only opportunity Chris Washer has right now to take this championship away from Eric Enrage. But Enrage has been able to survive. He's been able to keep his car in a good spot in this field. He just has to try and finish this thing out. Last thing he needs is to have a wreck involving him in these latter stages. If that happened, Eric Enrage, that would be probably the toughest break of the season that we have seen to date. But as you can see, the lights are out atop the pace car. We're ready to go back to green. Dylan Poteet's been the man of the race pretty much. Started on the pole and has pretty much dominated this whole thing as he looks for his 3rd win of the season. He's actually the only driver in Truck Series that has 2 wins this season. Everybody else that has won has only gone to victory lane 1 time. So Poteet trying to set the bar with his 3rd win of the season. PJ Williams lining up right behind him in 2nd. James McLeod in 3rd. Those are 2 drivers that have been to victory lane this season. PJ at Daytona and James at Lime Rock. Matthew Daly lines up 4th. Our winner from Thornton, Daniel Boyles, is 5th. Chris Dollerton is 6th. Henry Sanford is in 7th. 8th, Charles Jackson. Nick Smith's in 9th. And completing the top 10 is Zach Buchanan. After that wrecking that we saw, a couple more drivers are out of the race. Trent Dunham and Alex Pedro after their wild barrel rolls. Kyle Matthews is still a lap down, but he'll start at the tail end of the longest line, being less than 10 to go. And Dylan Young's been able to repair his truck. He is back still on the lead lap. Green flag back out. It's going to be a total of 7 laps to go here at Armory Digital Super Speedway. You know, you want to watch this race up here at the front, but there's a championship on the line in this race too, so we're going to at some point have to jump back to the 5 of Chris Washer, the 14 of Eric and Rage, and see what's going on with them. Looks like Poteet right now is holding him off for the moment, so let's jump back and see where Enrage is. There he is. He's actually getting past again. Now he's lost a spot to John Trollston, about to lose one to George Roque. Now Roque gonna tuck back in line, and Rage is back in a single file formation now. Wow, he really drove that corner wide though. Trying to get a run on the high side perhaps or something, as Chris Washer goes way up the track there in the 5. Washer is also beginning to lose spots, and now Enrage is about to bypass him on track, and that would ice it, at least for right now, in giving Enrage this championship. Oh, but Enrage went awfully wide in that corner this time now. He's just got to keep that 5 within striking distance. Oh man, I don't like the way they're racing up here. This is going to be big trouble. This could be really big trouble for these guys. And now Enrage is right on the back bumper. Right on the back bumper of Chris Washer. Is up ahead. Chris Dollerton leaning there on, I believe that was Matthew Daly. That almost was a wreck. And if I'm Eric Enrage and Chris Washer, I don't want to be on that high side, because if a wreck happens, those cars are going to slide up the track 5 wide. Oh my goodness. They were 5 wide for a moment there. They're going to settle it out though, as up at the front, Charles Jackson going for the lead. Well, he was going for the lead, but that inside line really does not get good runs at all. And Poteet's going to hold him off. Oh, look out, Levi McIntyre, what a save! Nick Smith's up into the wall. Mason Wood gets the apron. And somehow we're still green. Oh man, that racing at the front's amazing going on right now. Poteet doing a great job of blocking, but this is where it's all going on, folks. And Rage is here. Jackson is here. Chris Washer's in this mix. Washer's actually up ahead. He's gotten up ahead of Eric and Rage now, as Charles Jackson battles side by side with Eric and Rage. Let's move up to the front here as they've kind of split away a bit. There's Washer. He's still there. He's still in the hunt. If he can win this thing and have Enrage finish outside of the top 20, Washer could take the championship. But right now, he's got to get to the front. Poteet leads. Matthew Daly in second. Washer now moves into third. Henry Sanford pushing him there. The reason that Washer has to win this race is there are 5 valuable bonus points that he could utilize with the win to be able to close the gap up on Eric and Rage even more. But Enrage is still just outside of the top 10. So right now, whoa, that was the wrong button. So right now Enrage is still holding the championship. He's 12th right now. Something drastic has to happen to Eric and Rage in the final few laps in order for Chris Washer to be in contention for this championship, as now Washer gets kicked to the high side. 3 wide with Sanford and Dollerton. Poteet continues to lead. He's been doing a great job of blocking. Nobody has been able to really mount a charge when they've tried. Poteet's been able to actually get good runs on the high side to be able to counter them and get by. And look at this, Enrage going up the middle will get by Chris Washer. So Enrage making a statement here. Going to bypass Washer on track. Right now, Eric Enrage, this is his championship to lose. He just has to keep his nose clean. Right now he's getting help from his teammate out of Stewart House Racing, the 39 of Zach Buchanan, on that inside line. And now he will move into the 3rd position, will the rookie, Eric Enrage. It all basically started for Eric back at his win at Indianapolis. Since then, he has been just dominating and been so consistent. 2 more laps to go, and Rage wants to finish this season with a win and the championship. Here he comes to the inside of Matthew Daly for 2nd. He's going to have to go up against the seasoned veteran and defending champion Dylan Poteet, though, if he wants this win. And there's Washer. There's Jackson. They're right there with Eric and Rage. How hard they're going to race that 14. Jackson going to dive down low. James McLeod makes it 4 wide there. 3 of the championship competitors in a 4 wide situation. Oh, Enrage, don't crowd. He almost came up into McLeod there. And here comes the battle for the lead. Matthew Daly's gotten to the inside of Dylan Poteet. White flag, 1 more lap to go. At the line it was Poteet. Here comes Enrage, 3 wide for the lead. Eric Enrage trying to make a statement. He not only wants to win the championship, he wants to win the season finale. He's gotten himself to the point too. His teammate Buchanan pushed him there. Talk about working together out of Stewart-Haas Racing. The 39 pushed the 14 to the point. Enrage, getting by the dominating Poteet. Oh, they're almost 5 wide behind him there. Here comes Washer. Washer trying to get up there. Would he wreck Eric Enrage for the championship? Or is he just going to settle by maybe winning the season finale? Here we go. Out of the final corner, coming to the start-finish line. Enrage, he's got his teammate up there again in Buchanan, as he's going to take the season finale and the championship in one night. Eric Enrage is your Season 8 Oreo Truck Series champion and wins the season finale as well. First time that's been done since the Snickers Cup Series season finale of Season 5. And I gotta find out, did Buchanan get second? Was it a Stewart-Haas 1-2? Oh, not quite. Washer was able to hang on for the second position. Buchanan in third and Jackson in fourth. 3 of our competitors for the championship finished in the top 4, but Eric Enrage, what a dominating statement as he picks up his second win of the season and the championship in the Oreo Truck Series. Man, oh man. His teammate Buchanan was committed to shoving that 14 to the front, and it was successful, out-dueling the defending, well, now we could say the former Truck Series champion, Dylan Poteet, who had completely dominated this race all the way up till about 3 more laps to go. But Enrage is going to take the win tonight at Armory and the championship. It'll be interesting to watch him hoist 2 trophies at once, but what a season it has been for Eric Enrage. When he came into the chase for the championship, he had no victories. He picked up his first win at Indianapolis, and here tonight, a second win and the championship in Season 8. What a Cinderella story there for Eric Enrage. In his rookie season, he takes the championship, and in what fashion he took that championship in. Unbelievable race. Man, we were talking about Chris Washer having to win the race, Charles Jackson having to win the race. We really didn't talk about Eric Enrage winning the race, but man, he had a game plan coming into this thing. He was going to take and turn back all drivers that were going to try and challenge him for this championship. As he takes the checkered flag, Washer was second, Buchanan third, Jackson fourth, and fifth was James McLeod. Mason Wood, Matthew Daly, the dominant car of the evening, Dylan Poteet, then Daniel Voiles and Henry Stanford. That was the top 10. John Cittadino really was not much of a factor in this race. Finished at the back of the drivers on the lead lap, and that lead pack finished in the 24th position. So really didn't talk about him, as he really wasn't much of a competitor for the championship here tonight. Caleb Farrell finished in 18th, even though he was pretty much out of the championship hunt. And then the other driver that came in mathematically in the hunt for the championship finished out of the race, and that was, of course, Sean Galligan in the 36th position. But what a season. Man. Eric Enrage. Unbelievable job for that rookie. And he captures the championship here in this season. You know, it's kind of ironic, too, when you think about it, because Eric Enrage, this was, in my opinion, very similar to the John Cittadino stuff that went on. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Andrea Eriksson, which is one of Eric Enrage's drivers, was actually a teammate, or took over the 42 in the Snickers Cup Series the season after John Cittadino left it. And so, you know, just thinking about that, you know, Eric Enrage and John Cittadino, their drivers and teams and whatnot that they've been with just kind of tie into each other. And boy, what a great season. Unbelievable season here in the Truck Series. Hope you guys enjoyed this season. I certainly did. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. In dominating fashion, Eric Enrage is your Season 8 Oreo Truck Series champion. So we know that Ty Dent has won the Last of Us Late Series championship. Eric Enrage has won the Oreo Truck Series championship. But who's going to win the Mobile One Cup Series and the Snickers Cup Series championships here in Season 8? We'll find out as the championship weekend at Armory Digital Super Speedway rolls on. Be sure to check out the Instagram, social media, Facebook, and Twitter. Links are in the description. It is with a very, glad heart that I hand this series over to Anthony McCurry for Season 9. Hope you guys will be enjoying that, as Anthony will be bringing you an absolutely epic Truck Series next season, as you've been watching a production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. Shears just got turned by the lap machine of Charles Sanford, but now he's got left side damage. But he still opens up his distance. He still keeps a distance between himself and second place McCurry. But all that ground he gained, he just lost right there. But what a save!